All right, hi. You're back with California Cowgirl, and you're back with Bella and me, and I'm here to give you some insight on how to take care of my favorite thing, which is hair care. We're gonna do braids, and we're gonna talk about how to maintain better hair so that it can grow in show barn quality in any barn really. And if you just want your horse's mane to grow and tail, we're going to talk about how to do some. I'm going to try to squeeze her in. Sorry, I don't have my trusty helper, but we're going to talk about knots. This is my favorite way of doing it, so that it hangs only above the hock, so that you don't have to do tape. You can also do tail bags with braids, braid it in, then tail bag it, and that works as well, so that you just keep your horse from laying on it and swishing it back and forth. But this is my favorite way, and it's a neat trick to kind of teach. And also the products I use, see how fluffy and how much growth is coming out of this. So I'm going to teach how I do that. And in products that I use for washing, but there's so many you can use that it doesn't matter about what I'm using, but it does help to know what works. So let's get started. All right. All right. So I've totally undone her braids carefully with my fingers, and I just want to be clear to try not to brush them before washing them, because you don't really want to break all the hair. It's very important to like let it just gently clean and be very thorough with your washing first, and then brush when it's all the way soft and pliable. In fact, when you clean the braids with the detangler and the conditioner, then with your hand softly you're going to pull the light dead hair out that's loose. Also, I like to let my braids go about 2 weeks. 2 weeks is about as long as I'm going to keep everything in. So that's about the length of time I'm going to leave all of that kind of in her hair. And I'm going to show you some of the products we're going to use today. So my favorite is Ultra Cruise. Ultra Cruise is like probably the best, but it's kind of expensive. Um, Mane and Tail, it's pretty cheap. It's great, good product. Cowboy Magic, wonderful product. Pretty reasonable in price. I definitely think it's a good product. Um, Also, if you have a problem with your horse's hair, a lot of people don't have they have issues getting it to grow because they don't realize their horse has fungus underneath their mane, and so they need to do this at the same time before they shampoo and condition their hair. You'll want a fungusol underneath right here, and wait, and then shampoo and condition. It's very affordable, it's easy to use, and it fixes a lot of the problem, because you'll lose hair before you even have a growth. So you want to use that, and then kind of check if you see a lot of dry skin. That's usually fungus. Oh, and then my favorite thing to get growth, which I'm gonna grab over here. So when you're all done washing and shampooing, conditioning, and the horse is completely dry, you're gonna go in and lift the clean hair like so, and you're gonna shake this bottle of MTG, and you're gonna drizzle it down like so. And then once you do that, you're gonna rub this MTG in. It's gonna help it grow. This is the best thing that's gonna help your hair on your horse, help it grow before you braid. Hi, you're back, and my horse is nice and dry, and I re-braided her just because I wanted to give you some insight on like how it should look. I like to do a bunch of braids, and beforehand I'll brush it out gently as it's dry, and I will shake this up and I will drizzle it underneath and rub it in just a little bit. You don't want to put too much, because then you're actually doing the opposite. You're not helping the hair, you're just kind of greasing it up. And then I'll do the same over here. I'm going to gently brush it with Detangler on the tail, and then I will put some MTG on the tail as well, right at the top. All right, and then I'm going to show you how I do knots. I already have some in, so I'm going to show you how I do those. We're going to watch this. All right, so you're going to take your finger, you're going to twist, twist, and then you're going to pull through like so. And then you're going to gently pull down and just let it kind of fall like that. See how it makes a nice little band? Just like that. And you can kind of just like help it like pull a little bit until it gets into a nice form. And then you can see my other ones. Sorry, it's a little windy. Like that. There you go. See how I've got a bunch more? See how they're kind of look like a little bit of a infinity sign or a figure 8. See that? And I'm going to try to show you a little bit best as I can. So like this, we're going to undo it. And then I will show you how we twist, twist, keeping it as close to the tailbone as possible. And then we're going to pull through and let it just fall naturally like so, down, like that. All right, and you're going to probably end up with just about 4. And then you're going to want and take your any one of your conditioners, and you're going to grease up that area, and then you can take a rubber band and wrap the bottom, or you can take and braid up the tail and then put it in a tail bag, and this will help keep it off flicking around the horse and kind of keep the hair from getting breakage, and it will get all of this growth. See all this growth? And then all of this won't break off. All right.